I'll tell you one of my favorite quotes, Daniel. It's a Tom Dorrance quote, but he said, you have to treat the mule the way you should treat the horse. Now, I've thought about that for a long time. I heard that a long time ago. I heard that when I was just a kid, little kid, and it didn't mean anything to me then. I'm like, well, whatever. But the more I learned, the more it means something to me in all the ways of horsemanship and mulemanship. You've heard the principle for sure, and I'm sure all your listeners have heard this a million times. Make the right thing easy, wrong thing difficult. Okay. And I feel like the convenient thing for most of us is to the convenient thing is to make the wrong thing difficult. Like if we give you a situation, give the average person a situation, say, all right, right thing easy, wrong thing difficult. What are you going to do? They could probably give us a long list of ways to make the wrong thing difficult. Like, well, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to work that. I'm going to do this and this and this. Then I say, yeah, but how are you going to make the right thing easy? And emphasis on how are you going to make the right thing easier? How are you going to make it easier? And that's where people get stumped. So there's situations that let's stick to some obstacles. So these are easy examples for everybody to understand. We're coming up to some water, okay? We're right. We got a horse there, and we got a mule there, okay? And we're trying to get across this water. The horse nor the mule want to cross the water. Okay. I'm not saying you should do this, and I'm not telling any of your listeners to do this, but I'm saying unfortunately you could. We could get up to that water and we could whip and spur and kick and we could scare the horse enough to jump across that water. Yeah, they might not walk across, it might not be pretty, but we could probably put enough pressure that they'd go across, right? Again, I'm not telling anybody to do it that way, but I'm saying unfortunately you probably could. And you could say, well, technically, yeah, we made the right thing easy, wrong thing difficult. I wanted them on this side of the water, so as soon as they jumped over, I quit kicking. And back over there when they didn't want to cross, well, I was kicking. All right, I see it, and I guess technically that is the dictionary definition of the principle. I get it. But with the mule, you take them up to that water and you're kicking and spurring like that. You are solidifying in the mule's mind that indeed this water sucks. Like, and remember the mules, it was good back on the trail just 20 feet ago, back there on that trail. You weren't kicking or spurring at all, were you? Life was life was totally cool back there 20 foot. So the funny thing with the mule, you get putting all that pressure up at that obstacle. They say, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, this is a bad idea. I'm going to go back to where I think it was pretty dang good. And they'll start to retreat back. And then you go, geez, what the heck is happening?